Right, what's going on, boys? Now, I know I am late to the topic, but I feel like it'd still do some good talking about it regardless. But this situation, it just doesn't stop. It just keeps on spiraling and getting worse and worse. And I feel like by the time I post this video, something else is going to come out. So it's pretty much impossible to stay up to date. Now, if you're completely illiterate and just didn't read the title, you might be wondering what I'm talking about. And I'm on about the Actman situation with Quantum TV, all that drama. It's just an entire mess and it just keeps on getting worse. So basically, the YouTuber Actman posted about an hour-long video going over all the wrongs and bad things that Quantum TV has done, which it was a good video in my opinion, but clearly YouTube thought otherwise. Because soon after posting the video, it got fucking strike down. But it didn't get strike down for bullying or harassment like they usually do when commentary videos get made on people that they don't like. Nah, it got strike down for nudity and sexual content because of a fucking cucumber, like poorly edited in a sexually explicit way. Which, I mean, if that's not a YouTube moment, I don't know what is, honestly. Like, it's such an over-enforcement of the rules. Like, if it was sexually explicit, that is why they have age restrictions. They could have just put limited ads on it, but I feel like there's got to be an ulterior motive to them just striking the video without even giving him any sort of warning, such as limited ad. Like, the whole reason that system is even in place is to avoid stuff like this, to avoid channel strikes. YouTube should do that to let you know whether you're going to get limited ads or not, or whether your channel's going to get fucked. But nah, YouTube are just like, mate, fuck off, figure it out yourself. We don't care. And you might be like, well, surely it was just a mistake on YouTube's end, you know, like how they have the bots that just flag shit for absolutely no reason when it has nothing to do with what they flagged it for. But no, it got manually reviewed because he appealed it shortly after, and I think within around 30 minutes it just got declined again. And whatever human, because someone with an actual fucking breathing pulse had to review that shit and decline it, so whichever person did that looked at that poorly edited cucumber segment of an hour-long video and thought, nah, that's just as bad as actual porn, fuck off, get a strike. And coming back around to what I mentioned about it being a tiny segment of an hour-long video, this could be fixed easily by YouTube just giving him a warning and letting him use their editor to remove that little segment. YouTube should give creators like a warning for about a week to remove it, and then it gets struck down if they still don't remove it. Otherwise, what's the point of the YouTube editor if you're just going to strike down an entire hour-long video for about a minute's worth of a segment that could easily be edited out given the opportunity? And I can guarantee you, if every YouTuber actually got given this opportunity, they would take it. They won't risk their whole video getting fucking striked for a tiny segment. They'd just get rid of that shit. And that doesn't just help the creators, it also saves YouTube a lot of trouble also, because it completely avoids any bad press that would be given from a YouTuber going onto websites like Twitter and shit to complain about the false strike. And who would have guessed it? That's exactly what Actman did, because he had no other option. YouTube weren't responding to him. And I don't know if you know this, but it's pretty much impossible to get into contact with YouTube unless you tweet at them, which just shouldn't even be the case. Like, just think about that with any other company for a second. You having to go to one of their competitors or a completely alternative platform just to actually get the attention of the other platform. It's such a bad business practice. And he got YouTube's attention alright. He got it pretty good, but just not in the way that he wanted to get it. YouTube responded to the Actman by age restricting 2 completely unrelated videos of his for no reason, and all in the span of 1 hour as well. But oh no, wait, that's not it. I don't know if Quantum TV is like sucking Susan off or something, I ain't got a fucking clue. But that wasn't where they left the Actman's channel, no. Instead, they carried on and just decided to demonetize his entire fucking channel and make him ineligible for applying for monetization again in the future. And for those of you that don't know YouTube terminology, this is basically getting fired from your job. He's essentially been removed from the partner program and now he can't make money, so he's basically working for free. And YouTube is his main source of income, so he is quite literally been fired from his job. And while all of this is going on, he still did not receive one single explanation as to why any of it even happened in the first place. This is quite literally just a complete failure on the support side of YouTube's team. And everything after the initial strike just seemed like it was completely out of pettiness for him calling YouTube out on Twitter. But like I said, if YouTube don't want that to happen, they could very easily put some better support systems in place. For $1 billion company, their support team is absolute fucking dog shit and majority bots. And if you're wondering why I'm not really talking about the Quantum TV side of things too much, it's because I've seen other YouTubers are getting punished for talking about this situation as well. Like Quantum Quantum TV has YouTube by the fucking balls for some reason. I don't know how we managed it. So that essentially leaves me and a lot of other YouTubers to be forced to cover this topic as vaguely as possible because we're shit scared of getting our shit fucking striked. And it's just crazy to me how a man with only 60,000 subscribers has this much of a hold on YouTube staff in general. It baffles me. So I'm just scrolling through the Ackman's Twitter right now whilst editing this video, and I found out that the reason YouTube demonetized his entire channel was for a little joke tweet that he made, where he says, "I'm excited to announce a new series of videos I'll be making on YouTube called Doxing Adventures with the Ackman. In it, I'll be doxing and harassing the family members of YouTube employees and other content creators. It's sure to have lots of fun, ha ha ha." And the irony of YouTube demonetizing his channel for this joke is fucking insane, because in that fucking tweet, he's taking the piss out of how bad YouTube is with handling this situation. Quantum TV essentially doxed this man like he got his mom's phone number and shit. And the reason I say essentially is because the definition of doxing is getting someone's information and then publishing it. He never published it, but he did get his mom's information with ill intent to call this guy and threaten him. So it's still essentially doxing, just not the textbook definition. And regardless of how you see the Ackman's video, whether you hate him or just fucking love him, we can all agree that this strike was bullshit. Like, sexually and explicit content for a cucumber. Is this really the level YouTube is at nowadays? Like, are we actually a fucking kids channel like on Disney or some shit? And there's even less of a reason for two completely unrelated videos, weren't connected to that video at all, to get age restricted a few hours after him tweeting about it publicly on Twitter. And then there is objectively zero reason for his entire channel to be demonetized a few hours after the whole shit went down on Twitter. Like, this entire situation just seems slimy as fuck from YouTube, and I don't know why. Whoever did this at YouTube staff, I just don't know what's going on in their brain. Like, are they a fucking monkey brain or something? And I am fairly confident and hopeful that they will eventually overturn this and just completely switch it around and fix it all, because eventually it'll probably get sent to the right people and they will realize how much of a fuck up it was on YouTube's end. But until that happens, keep spamming that hashtag Justice for Ackman on Twitter, boys. You might not think your contribution will do anything, but trust me, it will all add up and will push towards this getting fixed and being put right. And when or if that does happen, I think YouTube need to really take a long consideration on how to improve their support system. And maybe, just fucking maybe, we'll eventually get out of the stone age with YouTube and not have to use alternative platforms to get their fucking attention. But until that day comes, boys, we're just gonna have to hope and pray that YouTube doesn't fuck up this bad again, and hopefully they will fix it. But that's gonna be all for me for today's video, boys. I do appreciate you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. We're on our way to 1.5k subs. Once again, hashtag Justice for Ackman on Twitter and in the comments, just to contribute to this situation. And that's going to be all for me for today's video, boys. I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the next one's not going to be as serious as this one, but we don't know. Peace out, people. See you next time.